Of EDA
You do. You do.
calling to order at 10:04 p.m. and we'll start with roll call.
All right, President Parsons.
Here.
Commissioner Adams.
Here.
Commissioner Banks.
Here.
Perfect. Commissioner Budashevsky.
Here.
Commissioner Cummings.
Here.
Commissioner Kaiser. Here. Commissioner LaRoche.
Here.
You have a quorum.
All right. Let's approve the minutes from June 15, 2021 regular meeting. Any discussion on the minutes?
No discussion.
Commissioner Banks?
I approve the minutes.
All right.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Commissioner Jim? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Item number 4, consideration of authorizing home improvement program changes effective January 1st, 2022. And staff will present the proposed changes.
Yes, I told John that it needs to be fast. John is here,
John.
ready to speak.
You
All
should
right.
be in person.
So yeah, I know you're all ready to go home, and it's been a long night. So you may recall that we've talked for a while about how, as interest in the program continues to increase, at some point we would start to run up against what our resources are to be able to have the program go on for as long as we'd like. We're at one of those points now. And so for the first time in a long time, staff is recommending that you authorize us to amend the current contract, but have it be effective January 1st of 2022 so we can get the word out to the community about the changes in project and household eligibility. And the first change would be to reduce the maximum grant that any property can receive per year from $10,000 to $6,000. And that change is estimated to reduce the annual expenditures by about $65,000. The second change would be to reduce the maximum household income for smaller households, 1 and 2 person households. Currently, all households are eligible up to 110% of Twin Cities metro area median income. And we are proposing to have a limit at 80% for 1 person households and 100% for 2 person households. So that means that the maximum household income for a 1 person household would be about $55,000 and about $83,000 for a 2 person household. And then for a 3 person household, about $102,000, and it would go up from there. And the reason for that is, I don't know what the basis is for HUD's income limits, but it just seems like 1 person household and 2 person households, presumably households without children, or at least not many children, are more likely to have resources to take care of their properties. And so this would make the program, it would be more challenging for smaller households, 1 and 2 person households to qualify. But again, it would preserve the program for everybody else. And this change would be estimated to reduce our annual expenditures by about $93,000. And so if you look at the charts that are the 3 pages of colored charts, or charts, I guess, at the back of your staff report, if you turn to the last one of the 3, Matt's going to bring it up. Thank you so much, Matt. Figure C, you'll notice that in the upper left-hand chart where you see the blue, that's spending from the tax increment received. You'll see that after this year, and we need to amend the budget to get through this year, and that's another item that we would request in the motion. But you'll see that our spending forecast roughly tracks with how much increment the district is receiving, which was kind of our goal, to match those 2 things up. So that is why we are recommending and requesting that you make these changes. Again, the maximum amount of grant per property per year from $10,000 to $6,000, the household income limit changes I just described, and then also to increase the current contract to $462,000 to get through the transition period until 2022, when these new limits would go into effect. It's important to note that both the EDA fund and the TIF fund have certainly more than enough fund balances to cover this transition period, but we still need to amend the contract. So With that, we are requesting a motion by the EDA to authorize staff to proceed with that and authorize the execution of those changes.
All right, any discussion on this? Commissioner Adams?
I have a couple questions, John. So when we have the household size, 1 through 8, the current limits, and compared to the proposed limits, I believe that was in the staff recommendation report. Those are specific to Crystal, correct?
No, those are Twin Cities metropolitan
Twin Cities
area.
metropolitan.
Area median income is
Okay.
I don't know how many counties it is. I think it's more than 7. It's basically the whole metro area.
So is that coming to us through HUD? I missed that. What's HUD dictating?
Well, we can set the income limits kind of wherever we want, but what we're trying to do here, there's kind of a sub part of this that I didn't get into, but we're also trying to reduce the amount of the grants that we have to pay out of the EDA fund rather than the TIF district, because the TIF district is a little more restrictive. So, but in a nutshell, you have to have these benchmarks and you have to base it on household income as determined by HUD. And so what we're saying is, and it's household income again for the Twin Cities region. So what we're saying is for 1 and 2 person households, instead of 110% of the area median income, we're going to use 100% for 2 person households and 80% for 1 person households. That is a local decision, but the numbers are based on Twin Cities metro.
So my perception of this is that it's to help people who are not able to afford the repairs on their house, to help them to afford them. Is that an accurate description? Do you want me to restate?
I'm sorry, my internet connection just glitched out on me, but it's, yes, if you would, please, thank you.
What did I ask? The intent of this program is to help those who can't afford to do repairs, to give them the affordability, correct?
Correct, yes. And also as an incentive for people to maintain their older
An
houses.
incentive as well, okay. A couple times when I was reading this, I kept looking at the 110 for 3 person, and that's above the median income. I guess I was thinking in terms of those who couldn't afford it, and why are we doing people above median income? Why are we helping in that realm? I might be in favor of doing 100% at the 3 or more people as well. I don't know what the EDA wants to do with that or not, but or
I
do you
would
have
be.
comments about it?
We could certainly, we could create a whole menu of different options. My guess is tonight, well, I don't have them ready, but
Right.
it's been a long night and we certainly don't have to deal with this tonight. If the EDA board would like some more options to consider, certainly can put this on a September meeting agenda, or even discuss it at next week's work session. If you would prefer to have a broader exploration of different options besides the one that we're recommending, we certainly can do that. You would just need to continue this item to a subsequent EDA meeting.
Is there any interest in that, for consensus for that? Nancy? Okay.
I'd be
All right.
interested.
You have to do it though.
So
Thanks, John.
to give John time, I assume, John, you'd think of the September 9th meeting? Which would
Yeah,
be the
that's
next
the real
meeting.
challenge. We want homeowners to have at least a few months, if not more, if we can. Well, how about this? If I can put together some options, well, I won't be able to put it in the packet for this next week anyway, right? So yeah, let's shoot for September 9th.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll try to set up at least a few different approaches and you can maybe pick one that works the best.
Okay. So let's consider continue the authorization of home improvement program changes to the subsequent or September 9th meeting. Do we have to vote on that?
Nope, you just
Okay.
did it. You
I
just
just
did it.
You did a
Okay.
fine job.
Madam President, you just did.
Okay, all right. Now, any other business?
Just
Nancy?
a question, John, any updates? I thought it was a great, soft opening, that launch party at Ambiance on
Yeah, that
last
was
Friday
great.
night. That was so fun,
That was really great.
yeah.
Yes, and based on social media posts, as you all know, there's a lot of interest, a lot of anticipation. I think there's a lot of pent-up demand for locally owned places like that. And so I'm hoping their business really takes off. And, Bella's is still working on their space at 36th and Douglas. We hope they take us up on our offer to do a ribbon cutting and kind of introduce them to the community. And don't have any updates on Burger King or Pizza Hut. We have been working some leads with the Pizza Hut space. But at this point, that's really in the hands of making connections, basically, between potential tenants and that space. But at this point, it's in the hands of the property owner and his brokers. And with the Burger King, it's still in some kind of tenant versus landlord limbo. We haven't heard anything new on that property.
Okay. John, with the old Pizza Hut property, I drove by last week and noticed there was a shattered glass door facing Douglas. I didn't know if the property owner was aware of that, but little safety issue there. Just wanted to let you know.
Oh, absolutely. No, we'll certainly get a hold of them.
Great.
I'll make note of that and get a
Okay.
hold of them and have them secure the building. That is very important, especially in that location.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Clarification on that, it doesn't allow entrance, it's just cracked.
Right.
It-
It's not,
So it-
Oh,
I'm
technically
sorry, I
it's still
said
secured.
shattered, but it was cracked.
okay.
Sorry.
Well,
Same-
they
same
still
issue.
should board it up
Still
or
intact,
something.
but, yeah. Okay,
We'll
thank you.
take a look at it and respond appropriately.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other business? Okay, it looks like adjournment. Yes, John?
Motion to adjourn?
Nancy? Okay, all those in favor, let's say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Opposed, say, I'm opposed. I'm opposed. No.